Alrighty, what's happening, everyone? We're just going to walk through a little bit of a market outlook for the week. So we've got London opening in a couple of hours, so this is when I would normally do my outlook. So we'll jump out on a higher time frame on GU and have a little look-see. So GU, we've had a major inducement at the end of last week. We then had a medium inducement, and now we're kind of 50-50 in the market again. So given the bullish momentum of the market currently, I'm kind of expecting price to just continue bullish. Okay, that's more or less what you would expect. Come down, bigger inducement here, mitigation into this area, continue bullish. Okay, so that's kind of what is more likely to have happen. In terms of a possibility in the opposite direction, so price has pushed its way all the way up to an area of supply, and then we've pushed back down. So realistically, this area here does hold weight, but this and this are more than actually they're quite even. So what I'm expecting is either price to come up and mitigate and push down and kind of give us movement like that, which will give us a good range to the downside to work with, and then we can kind of use for buys and for sells. Maybe looking at coming down to areas, feeling a little bit more of this demand here, or we've got this extreme demand here that's completely unmitigated with some really good liquidity points sitting below it. So I guess Monday, given that we have taken that liquidity, we kind of need new structure to build again. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for now, is just for structure to decide which way we're going. So we have had that push down, pull up and push down, so it has indicated possibly a retracement to the downside to correct some of that price and then continue bullish, or just maybe continue bearish. So I guess the start of this week will be the go for that. So given actually most of the news that's happening in the world at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if Monday was a no trading day anyway. So I'm kind of going to let the market open, do its thing, and that'll decide the week for us. So if we can come and break this low and kind of use and give us both sides of the market, if not, take the high and just continue with buys for the rest of the week. I don't think there'll be much chance for selling if we do continue bullish. Alrighty, so now if we jump on EU, more or less the same type of situation. Okay, so if we jump on the 4 hour, we've had this major inducement at the end of last week, and then from there it's straight down to the 15-minute time frame, working in what we've got here. So we did break through the first 15-minute low and create some internal structure to the downside. Off of this point, we also did have some really good structure to the downside as well. So we have taken that internal high and not pushed down and made a lower low. Instead, we're actually looks like we're going to make a higher high. So once we get that break above here, we'll have a bullish range inside of an external bullish range. So buys are more or less the way to go. Once we get this break, it'll give us a really, really good point here in terms of demand, and then you've got your extreme demand. So what we can kind of look at doing is kind of ping-ponging the price like that, going from sells to buy, and go from there. But like I said, a lot of that will depend on what happens coming into this week with the news that's happened over the weekend in terms of the bombings and so on and so forth, and that'll kind of depict where the market goes for the week. So interesting start to the week. We're just starting to build that new structure cycle. This previous week we had a perfect structure cycle, so really, really good internal structure leading to a new higher high, continuing with that external momentum. Really, really good price action. Actually a really good week to secure some profits in the market with the way I trade anyway. So hopefully we can build some structure again and kind of go from there. So any questions, chuck them down in the comments, and we'll go from there. Let's have a good week, and yeah, let's smash it.